It's a hot one. 93 degrees, August 23rd, 2023. We have a growing season burn here in the warm season grasses. The grasses had they were growing so well, they were too thick. They needed managed, and a dormant season burn wasn't going to cut it. So we're coming through warm season burn. So it's growing, everything's growing, and this is going to set things back. We have quail that have established themselves down here, but they do not move into the warm season grasses. They stay on the edge. So we're going to open things up a little bit. It's just too thick down low. And with a prescribed burn, with a follow-up disking, I think we're going to be looking at some good habitat. Check it out. September 25th, last Monday of September here in 2023, and I'm back on the farm in this bottom field where Evan and I did a growing season burn on these warm season grasses a little over a month ago. And so right here over my shoulder you can see kind of what it looks like. This is a portion that I didn't disc, we just burned, and it's right up against all these other warm season grasses here that we didn't burn. We wanted to do just a varying layer effect here down here in this bottom. So all kinds of different stages. You know, warm season grasses that we don't burn, next to disked strips, next to overgrown clover fields that have a lot of ragweed. There's a little bit of Johnson grass here in the front, but that's not bad as structure. We've got some pumpkins and gourds right here that we're trying to get to grow to see how that is. We got tree plantings over there, and that hasn't been mowed in a long time. Another warm season grass strip over there. And then there's Christmas tree planting right over this patch, right here on the other side of this patch that we burned. And then on the other side of that is the other patch of warm season grasses that we burned. But we disked some strips through there, and I'm gonna show you just a minute the results of the disking. Just wanted to follow up on some of these habitat projects. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey Bub is excited to be back. Really looking forward to hearing from Matt. Right now he's out in Colorado doing an elk trip, and so can't wait to hear what happens there. Hoping he puts his first bull down. So we're gonna hang a few stands here today. Maybe check a few camera cards. See how everything else is doing. I got some sorghum and some brassicas planted up top. We're gonna check and see how those are doing. So thanks for watching. I found my way up here to the sorghum plots. What I did here, if you look back over this hillside, you see the yellow hue, and this is an old cattle pasture, and I'm just trying to manipulate it and to produce some diversity. I mean, right now it's great. We do have a lot of goldenrod. There's a lot of blackberry, raspberry in this field, but it was just kind of a monoculture. And as you can see, I got some autumn olive I need to take care of as well. But what we're doing here is just creating some diversity. And one of the ways we did that was we sprayed between up on the hill. You see this section right above my truck right here that's kind of a paler green. And then this section right here, what we have is a mixture of sorghum, and there's a few sunflowers in here. The deer really hammered the sunflowers. The sorghum is nice because they don't touch it really until it puts on these seed heads. And as I'm going through, even right now, this is my first time looking at it in a while, I'm not seeing any browse pressure. We're in the hill country here in southern Indiana, not a lot of crop ground. And so what we get when we do this is kind of a foolproof winter food source, not only for deer, but also for quail, for turkeys. And you look across this, and in this 2 acres, almost every one of these sorghum plants are producing grain heads. Now, my method here was very simple. I got a sprayer I fit in the back of my truck. I sprayed back in June, early June. I sprayed just about 2 acres here in the middle of this goldenrod thicket. Right after I sprayed, I went through, I broadcasted not sorghum seed, but actually this is just grain sorghum that you can buy from the feed store. I called the seed producer. They promised me it was clean. He said, yeah, we plant it as seed. I'm not gonna tell you what producer it was, but we planted as seed all the time. It's just a basic grain milo sorghum, and you can tell I just have a tremendous stand. I mean, this is gonna be tons and tons and tons of food here come late season. I mean, these seed heads look pretty good. I'm not a sorghum farmer, so I don't know what I should typically expect, but when it comes to me, this is a pretty good food source. And I think the bag of seed was maybe $25. And I actually could have, the reason why the top is a little paler is just because I overseeded way too much seed probably. And I don't think there's as many seed heads up here. Down here is just tremendous. So, but I just want to let you know, that's a cheap way to do a food plot. I did the same thing with the sunflowers. I did not buy sunflower seed. I bought black oil sunflowers from a local farm store and mixed them right in, and they grew well. Man, I think this is gonna be a success. I can't see this being anything but a positive come late season here on the farm for all wildlife. All right, we got a stand set here. So pretty much everywhere in this farm is a pretty good spot. A lot of cover, a lot of diversity. But sometimes you just have to set up a spot for the most beautiful view, and that's exactly what this is. It's an incredible spot. It's a travel corridor between a couple bedding areas, 2 or 3 food sources. It's actually right next to a bedding area itself. So it's tremendous, but just take a look at this view. And that point way out there, over that valley, is about 2.5 miles away to that far peak over there. So this is tremendous. It might not show it, but that's down there in the bottom. That's 200 feet lower in elevation than where we are right here. So had to take off a walnut branch, but I'd say it was a job well done, and I'm gonna call it a day here. So thanks for watching.